Mikey heard his name with Lily's. Oh boy, she was scary smart. He didn't want to mess this up for her. But he always messed things up. Maybe this time would be different?
Lily's heart sank. This was a disaster. Her perfect project was doomed.
Lily and Mikey.
Lily held her breath. Please, not Mikey, please.
All right, class, project partners.
Then there was Mikey. He was famous, but not for good grades. Kids called him the H-Odd of carryovers, head of department for repeating subjects. Not a real title, but it stuck.
Lily loved school, especially science and getting A's. This new project was huge, a big part of her grade. She wanted it perfect, no mistakes. Lily panicked. Her perfect GPA was in danger, all because of Mikey. She needed a plan. She'd do everything herself. Mikey could just stand there and not mess it up. She remembered Mikey's past disasters, the volcano that erupted early, the bean plant that dissolved. He was a walking science mishap. This wasn't just about the grade, it was about fairness. She worked hard, followed every rule. Why did she get stuck with the hod of carryovers? The universe was playing a cruel joke.
Mikey knew what kids whispered behind his back, the not-so-subtle jabs and snickers that echoed through the hallways. He tried to ignore it, to brush it off like dust on his shoulders, but the words always found their mark. Hod of carryovers, the head of disaster, some would joke. It stung, a sharp, persistent ache that settled deep in his chest. He hated the label, the constant reminder of his perceived failures. He wasn't trying to fail. Things just happened, spiraling out of control in ways he never anticipated. It wasn't a lack of effort, but more like a curse, like the hamster incident. A seemingly innocent attempt to clean the cage turned into a school-wide search party. Or the time he tried to help with the science experiment and made things worse, resulting in a rather pungent odor that lingered for days. But this project with Lily? This was different. He wanted to do well, to finally break free from the cycle of mishaps and prove he was capable of something great. He was tired of being the class joke, tired of summer school and the endless repetition of subjects he just couldn't seem to grasp. Maybe this was his chance to prove himself, to his classmates, his teachers, and most importantly, to himself. If Lily would let him. She seemed so focused, so driven. He actually had an idea, a good one, he thought. A colorful, smoky volcano with dry ice, a spectacle that would surely impress the judges. But telling Lily? That was the hard part, terrifying. He could already imagine her dismissing his idea with a polite yet firm thanks, but I've already got it covered. She probably had her own meticulously crafted plan, complete with detailed diagrams and a perfectly rehearsed presentation, and wouldn't listen to his input. He wished he could just show her he wasn't useless, that he could actually contribute something meaningful to the project. He just needed a little trust, a chance to prove himself, and definitely safety goggles, considering his track record. This time, he was determined to try his best, to push past his fears and finally show everyone, including himself, what he was capable of. Their first project meeting was, to put it mildly, awkward. The air crackled with unspoken expectations and a clear clash of personalities. They sat across from each other, a table laden with school supplies acting as a barrier. Lily arrived armed with a thick, meticulously organized binder. It was clear she meant business. Every page was tabbed, every section neatly labeled. Inside was a detailed plan for a classic baking soda volcano, a project as predictable as it was reliable. She envisioned a controlled, textbook-perfect eruption. Step by step, no surprises. Every contingency was accounted for, every variable measured. Lily was all about minimizing risk and maximizing results. Mikey, on the other hand, tried to suggest his own colorful, smoky idea. He imagined plumes of vibrant gas, a spectacle that would wow their professor. But Lily didn't even look up from her binder. She was already several steps ahead, mentally preparing the volcano's base. "We're doing a standard model, Mikey," she stated firmly. "It's reliable and we know it will work." Reliable meant boring, Mikey thought with a sigh. Where was the fun, the innovation, the sheer explosive potential? He tried to explain the science behind his vision, the chemical reactions that would create the vibrant colors, but Lily quickly shut him down. "Too risky," she said, dismissing his ideas with a wave of her hand. "We don't have time for experiments that might fail." Arguments started, tense, not loud, but filled with the quiet frustration of unmet expectations and stifled creativity. "You're not even trying to help," Lily snapped, her voice barely above a whisper but laced with irritation. "You won't let me do anything," Mikey mumbled, feeling increasingly sidelined and unappreciated. Then, to add insult to injury, Mikey brought the wrong vinegar. apple cider instead of white. Lily sighed, a sound that spoke volumes of her disappointment and mounting frustration. It was going downhill fast, transforming from a promising collaboration into a recipe for disaster. Mikey felt utterly useless, a mere observer in a project he was supposed to be a partner in. If she wouldn't use his ideas, he reasoned, he'd just subtly improve hers. A little tweak here, a small adjustment there. When Lily wasn't looking, engrossed in measuring the precise amount of water, he surreptitiously added an extra heaping spoonful of baking soda to the eruption mix. This, he thought with a hopeful grin, would definitely impress her. A little extra oomph never hurt anyone. Or at the very least create a spectacular, albeit messy, foam disaster. Only time would tell. Lily felt punished. Mikey felt guilty. He didn't want to ruin Lily's grade. Mikey had a wild idea. Make his own volcano, present it alongside Lily's. Maybe Professor Periwinkle would see he tried. Lily decided to build the main volcano herself, at home where Mikey couldn't interfere. Mikey, you can do the poster board and maybe bring the display table. Less for him to mess up, she hoped.
Teamwork is part of the grade. Consider this a challenge.
Lily asked if she could work alone or switch partners. No, the pairs were final.
Is everything all right with the project, you two?
Professor Periwinkle saw the storm brewing between Lily and Mikey. Maybe, just maybe, teamwork wasn't so bad after all. It had always seemed like a chore, a necessary evil in the academic world. But perhaps there was something more to it, a hidden potential for collaboration and shared success. Even with the hod of carryovers breathing down their necks and the looming threat of academic failure, there was a glimmer of hope. Everyone deserves a chance, a clean slate, an opportunity to prove themselves, especially when it came to something as important as a grade.
Sorry for, being me, Mikey said, a hint of vulnerability in his voice.
Lily laughed, a genuine, light-hearted sound. Sorry for being so bossy. I guess I get a little carried away sometimes. For once, Lily truly listened, absorbing Mikey's ideas and perspectives without immediately dismissing them. She realized that maybe, just maybe, he had something valuable to contribute. They worked together, a newfound sense of camaraderie filling the lab. Using Mikey's unique mix of ingredients and his surprisingly adept tool handling, they set about fixing the volcano, determined to salvage their grade. It was messy, frantic, a whirlwind of plaster and paint and bubbling concoctions. But through it all, they were a team, united by a common goal and a shared sense of purpose. The volcano erupted, beautifully, a miniature spectacle of fiery glory. Professor Periwinkle smiled, a rare and encouraging sight. They got a B+, not an A, but a solid B+, a testament to their combined efforts.
Mikey, ever observant, noticed. Your air hole's too small, the tube's kinked, it might not erupt properly.
Then disaster struck. Lily's meticulously crafted volcano cracked, a fissure spreading across its surface, leaking paste like volcanic tears.
Lily hissed, her voice laced with frustration. Mikey, what is that strange substance you added?
Mikey mumbled, shifting his weight nervously. I just wanted to show I tried, in case the first one didn't work.
2 volcanoes? Seriously?
Presentation day arrived, filled with anticipation and a healthy dose of nerves. Lily proudly brought her perfect, meticulously crafted volcano, a testament to her dedication and attention to detail. Mikey, surprisingly prepared, showed up with a neat and informative poster, outlining the scientific principles behind volcanic eruptions. And, true to form, he also brought his own, smaller, but undeniably more colorful volcano, a vibrant explosion of blues and oranges.